Hey everybody, so now that we've finished our PVC horse bow with the wood siyahs, what I wanted to show you today are just a small sample of bows that I've made, just some bows with wood siyahs that I have on hand. I just wanted to show you, the range of different things you could do with siyahs and also for decorating your bow. So, as you can see, this one that we did, it has a nice curved siyah and it's rather long. This one's approaching as long as I usually make them. So this one's just painted on the back. It's got our fall horn dyed on the belly and just a simple handle wrap. So if you can see just the side profile of this, and it has a bit of a reflex. So we'll move on to the next bow. This one here has got just kind of weird, unusual knocks. So if you can see the siyahs here, these are zebra wood, and the way I did this bow, this is more of a kid's bow. It's kind of designed to be like the old Egyptian style, where this almost looks like the head of a person. So this is one way to do it. The limbs here are covered in cloth, sewn up the back. And if you can see this, the profile view, it's of a reflex deflex. So the handle curves back, and then the tips, the limbs gently curve forward. And when this is strung, it looks almost like a straight V. So here we have another reflex deflex, and this one is more in the hunting weight, and unlike the other one, it has about an inch or two of reflex to it. If you can see the siyahs here, they're really small, really slightly curved forward, and they transition into the bow here. So this one's simple, painted green on the back, it's got the horn on the belly, and this one uses heat shrink tubing for the wood to PVC transition. Alright, so here's the PVC bow that everybody saw in one of my earlier videos showing my impossible bow. This one has a simple straight wood siyah. The exposed portion is about 6 inches long. This is really simple. Here I wrap the transition with artificial sinew. The limbs are just covered in cloth. The handle is covered in canvas. So here you go. And this is a similar profile to the bow that we just made, except that this one has no reflex. So it actually, if you can look, it follows the string just a little bit. And while it takes away a little bit on the speed, it's a really smooth, easy drawing bow. Okay, so now we have this thing. This is another example of what you can do with the siyahs. This is really short. This is mainly for aesthetics than anything else. So here, what you can see is I've actually turned part of the PVC effectively into a siyah. And then you can see I've already radically bent the limbs here. And even though it's got all this radical bend already in it, there's still about a 1 inch reflex. There's still about a 1 inch between the handle and the string knocks on either side. You can see that. Now this bow was made to the same general, the core plus the siyahs was made to the same general 48 inches. but because of these hard curves, it actually shortened the bow. So this bow is 55 pounds, though it does not shoot very nice. But it's a cool bow to look at. When you string it up, it looks impressive. People try to pull it, it feels impressive. You know, so there's this one. And then we have this bow. Again, really short siyahs. The ends are wrapped in jute, so are near the center sections. And this bow has been completely covered in upholstery leather. And so this was actually completely covered. You can see the seam here on the back, across the handle, and down the other limb. Another thing you could do, and I've done this on a couple other bows, is to actually sew suede leather or even chamois skin onto this, or onto the bow limbs. So let's go on to the next one. So we have this bow here. As you can see, kind of short siyahs. This bow, when strung, the siyahs don't come anywhere near the string. When strung up, the string looks something like that. So the siyah never touches the string. And if you can see, this bow has about an inch of reflex on it. And it's cloth covered again. And this is another way you can do a cloth covering. You can actually tighten the cloth up and over and then wrap it to the wood siyah here, as opposed to wrapping directly over the transition. If you're using a thick enough wrapping, it actually kind of blends the PVC to the siyah here. Right. Here's one of my personal favorite siyah bows. This one is kind of a rough replica of Mongolian recurve bow. The siyahs here come up, and this is in 1-inch pipe, not the 3/4 that all these other ones are in. So this bow pulls 40 pounds at 28 inches, and it's about 5 feet long. You know, just regular, these are maybe 6-inch siyahs on the ends here, made of maple. One of the things I like about this bow is, if you can see, it's got about a 4-inch, you can see from the end here, it's got about a 4-inch reflex. And unlike the smaller diameter bows, the 1-inch will retain that a lot better. So I've shot this thing out too many times to count. And even through all of the times I've shot it, you know, it's been strung for periods, it's been strung for days. You know, this is one of my favorite show bows. I like taking it to shows and showing people, and they can try it out. It has not lost its reflex. And while it's only 40 pounds, it's actually got it's got a real kick to it. When you draw it, you feel like you're drawing a 30-pound bow. But when you fire this thing, you know, it hits about the same as, you know, some of my other laminated recurves. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but this is just an example of a bow that uses 1-inch pipe as opposed to 3/4. Alright, so here's another bow with really, really short siyahs. Again, with this bow, I've more or less converted this entire portion, including the PVC, into a siyah. You know, as you can see, it's already got a lot of its bend into it already. And if you wanted to make a bow that's not under much pressure, more for show than anything else, this is how you would do it. Because to string this bow up, it only needs to flex that far. So you can see from here, and this is where it would be strung up. So as you can see, it has a great deal of string follow already. Again, this is I would say this is mainly for show. This does shoot a lot better than a lot of, full round PVC pipe bows that I've made. Okay, so I'm gonna show you another one. This is my wife's bow. The cloth is actually made in Japan. It's got little paper cranes and flowers on it. The siyahs are really simple. They're really short, maybe about 4 inches. The handle here is wrapped in cotton twine. It's got a leather arrow rest with little rest here that dampens the sound of the string. And this is kind of interesting. It's sort of a reflex deflex design. So it looks like a really shallow V right now, unstrung, but when it's strung, it gets a nice curve. Move on to the next one. Here we have that kid's bow showing you how to wrap this handle with the little rest here. So this one's, I'm probably going to take this to the Waldorf fair when I go this year. And so here's the siyahs here. It's pretty short, maybe about 5 inches. You can see it kind of has a little bit of a forward curve. It swells toward the point. And this one's really thin. I wouldn't suggest doing this on anything less than maple. Maple's pretty good about not breaking even if it's made fairly thin. So on this bow, if you can see, it has some string follow to it already. And this bow has been in existence for about 6 months, and it's been shot, I'd say maybe every other day during that time. So it's held up so far, so we'll see how far it holds up in the future. And then I just wanted to show you this bow. The siyahs here, they curve forward a little bit, but right back here, there's a little portion, and for this bow, the string for it actually has a loop that's this long. The loop comes down, and the 2 portions of the loop sit inside of this little portion here, and then it comes and wraps around the PVC transition. What this does is that it gives a place for the string to land. So, just wanted to show you this bow. And that's it. So that was just a sample of different PVC bows with siyahs, wooden siyahs that I've done. And just keep watching, and I'll show you how to do some other styles of bow, other styles of siyah. We'll go into bows without siyahs, and just, we'll just do a whole bunch of things. So thanks for watching my videos. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching. Alright, bye.